Welcome back, guys. Back at it again with another reactions video. My name is Angel. Today I'm going to be reacting to Larrybird trash talking moments. With all that said, let's get to it.
In the last play, he says to James Worthy, he says, "You guys don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna go right over there that corner." He said, "They're gonna set a screen for me. We're taking the ball out." He said, "I'm gonna curl right over," and he's telling us to play. He's telling us to play before they even take it out. He said, "I'm gonna go right over to that corner and I'm gonna catch it, and I'm gonna shoot it, and I'm gonna tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be." They take the ball out, and I think it was either Danny or
DJ,
the late great DJ.
Yeah.
Take the ball out, the man curl right to the corner, caught the shot, shot a three, game over. It's like, are you effing kidding me?
Dude, that's unbelievable. Like, who does that? You know, that's when you know your supreme confidence. I think that from watching all these videos I'm getting, like Larrybird doesn't care who you are. He's going to do whatever he wants on the court. And the confidence that he has is just amazing. And you don't see that in today's game where they're confident players, but I think he is the most confident player of all time in NBA history.
Go to shake his hand. I'm a rookie. I'm playing against the Boston Celtics in the Boston Garden. Go shake. And Larry put both hands behind his back. He wouldn't shake my hand. I said, okay, he's just getting into the game. In the first play of the game, he said, "You don't even belong in this league, Holmes." And he shoots a three. Now, I wasn't mad that he made the three. But I said, "There's something, this called me Holmes."
Larrybird's a different dude, man. He said that to Dominique. No way.
and he came down and did it again, so I'm pissed, you know. So
I would
next
be
time
too.
down, see me on the breakneck pitch, and I jump up and I throw it down on him. I mean, he fouls me. And he said, "Hey, Rook, I like you. You got hot." He said, "But I'm still getting 30 on your ass." I mean, that's who he was. But that was the only time he ever talked trash to me, because he respected me, because he knew that I was going to keep coming. That really taught me something, you know. If you wasn't prepared to play against guys like that, you got embarrassed.
I always tell this story about Larrybird. I remember him, he was cursing under his breath. And I asked him, I said, "Larry, what's going on with you?" He says, "You guys are being disrespectful to me." And I says, "What are you talking about?" He says, "You guys are putting a white guy on me." That's disrespectful.
Wait, who's the white guy you put on
I
him?
can't remember who it was. I just started laughing. I had no comeback. But he says, "It's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me." And I'm sitting there like, I'm laughing in the middle of a game.
Larrybird told Robert Reed to understand.
Hold on, that's crazy. Larrybird's funny. Like, Larrybird's trash talking is like not even mean. It just seems like he's just a natural like comedian. The way he thinks, the way he says things, and the way he approaches it, it's just so funny just to hear that. That was really funny.
He should have stayed in preaching. That was funny. He had 50 points.
And you know,
Jeez.
Larrybird ain't never playing no great defense. He like sagging off a little bit. So he tell the guy, "You can't shoot, so I'm not worrying about guard you." I said, "Man, shoot it in the face, shoot it in the face."
Mark hit a three-pointer on Larrybird and said, "Take a look at that." And Bird just came right back and hit three-pointers in a row, and just basically said to him, and we all heard it, that you're out of your league.
Or he'd say, "Danny."
Yeah, Larrybird is one of those players that if he's trash talking you and you're playing against him, just be quiet. You know, just be quiet and just take it. Because if you egg him on, yeah, he's just gonna drop a 50, 60 bomb on your head.
Danny, get me the ball, or DJ, get me the ball. I got this guy in the torture chamber down here. Why the guy was standing right there listening to him say it.
The baller went to Larry, and Isaiah was all out of whack. He had the ball at three-point range. He goes, hey, who's guarding me?" Everybody looked around. He just stood there, held the ball, and Isaiah said, he ran out there and just shot it, three-pointer. Too late.
Was the originator of getting in your face and talking trash. And then you sit there and you go, "Well, this guy up in my face talking noise. He ain't that fast, he's slow, but he knew how to aggravate you, agitate you enough to get you out of your game."
I was guarding in my rookie year. He looked at me and he goes, "You can't stop me." And I looked at him and I said, "Gosh, boy, you're so confident." He goes, "Confident? You're a rookie. You don't know anything. He proceeded to score like 10 straight points on me. The coach took me out the game. He walks by and he's laughing at me.
Larry Bird catches the ball in the corner. I take off running out at Larry Bird. And right when he's getting ready to shoot, I jump. And as I go by, him, he tells me, he says, "Fly, Bird." And I go right by him, and he shoots the ball. It's nothing but nylon.
Larry Bird was a pain in the neck. Anytime we had a chance to win, Larry Bird changed that.
Larry Bird. Follows his own shot. Oh,
There was a certain confidence you had because, you know, if you ever got in trouble, give the ball to Larry and get out of his way. And he delivered.
the double teaming Bird. Larry, fake, fall away.
Do you remember? Well, you had the Bird night.
I had the Bird night. Yeah, that was a tough night, man. The biggest argument that night is, well, you only scored 6 on me.
Nobody was guarding Bird, were they?
Well, we were trying.
You were trying to.
No, but when a guy is literally coming up the court, calling his shots, and Bird talked a lot of trash.
And that's in New Orleans.
That's in New Orleans. In that game, we're on the free throw line, and he literally says, left side over across the 3, and you're listening to him. That's a tough feeling.
But okay, so you guys got Antoine Carr and Cliff Levingston got fined by Fratello, I think,
and Eddie Johnson for celebrating
Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session. Every time when I see Mike, we still laugh.
God,
it was
the
greatest film session ever, because back then you didn't have, you watched the real game and just went, with a video, and Mike rewound the celebration 20 times. He just kept not the shot, he just kept rewinding it, showing the guys. You remember, they're giving each other high five.
And then somebody falls off the bench.
Yeah,
too.
that was Eddie Johnson. That was Eddie Johnson.
Yeah.
Eddie Johnson falls off the bench in laughter, and Antoine Carr and Cliff
That's
gives
right
each other a
there.
high five. And our film session was 20 minutes of that. So it was.
It wasn't somebody not playing good defense on Bird. It was you guys celebrating Larry Bird.
And Fratello wouldn't let it go. It just kept rewinding.
So, in your guys' opinion, who is the greatest trash talker in NBA history? Is it Larry Bird? Is it Michael Jordan? Is it like Kevin Garnett? Those type of players. Rasheed Wallace. Who would you say is the greatest trash talker in NBA history? It looks to me it's Larry Bird. Like the way he trash talks, it's like not even malicious. It's just very funny, and it kind of would check you out of the game, and you're just like, dude, seriously? The things that he says while during in the game, on top of telling you the plays and the positions and the spots that he's gonna go, like, you probably feel hopeless. You're probably like, I just want to get this game over with.
And it was.
I think Bird went by the bench one time too.
He fell in the bench.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and he called that one. That was the one where he fell in it. He literally said, off the glass into the trainer. And, yeah, and so it was a bad night.
When Larry got on the roll, started shooting the ball, every shot was going in.
Goodbye, she's gone. I guess the 2-pointer was too close.
When he ran by the bench, he goes, that's a heat check. Just see how hot I am. All right, it runs by Frank Layden, who's the funniest guy in the league. And Frank is coaching, and Larry says to him, hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench that can guard me? He goes, so nobody out here can. Frank looked down at the bench and goes, no.
There's no way. What in the world? At least the coach was honest, but damn, that's crazy. I don't think a coach has ever done that before.
He'll look at you like, hey, what you doing out here? You ready to call somebody else? I even heard him tell the coach, hey, look, coach, you better get somebody else out here to guard me because I'm killing this guy.
In last year's playoffs, Person was out to make Bird eat his words while adding a few choice comments of his own.
Chuck Person, he definitely has his reputation. During the playoffs, he just went AWOL, and he just went to work.
You can see Bill playing a little Bird, giving it back to him.
How good is Chuck Persons? Who would you compare him in today's NBA? Just so I could get like an idea of how good Chuck Persons was. Because to talk trash to Larry Bird, that's crazy. I don't know what he was thinking.
Back to him. Chuck Person can talk some trash to Larry Bird now. He scored the last 16 points. Chuck and Larry down low, greeting one another once again. Bird.
Oh, get it.
He has caught fire. Person. And that's something to say. And look
Yeah, it is a little special because I've known Chuck for a while, and we've always had run-ins, but it always seems like I get the last word.
Bird's ability to get the final word has made for many a magic moment. And this week, we relive a game when Larry was in rare form, and Xavier McDaniel was eager to lend an ear.
Tie game, 13 seconds to play. Celtics basketball, no shot clock.
They called a timeout. He said, you know I'm going to get it. And I said, I know, I'm going to be waiting.
I'm going to timeout, I'm going for a play, and I said, all right, this is what I'm going to run. All right, then as you get the ball, you go over here, and you pass to Kevin, then you go to the corner, and Robert, you come over. Then about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way. Now, after the timeout, we walked back on the court, and Larry was going down to his position, so he tells Xavier, he says, I'm getting the ball.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to get it right here. I'm going to shoot it right in your face.
10 seconds. 5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. 2 seconds.
Hey, he is a man of his word. And he hit it in his face. Like, there was nothing he can do. Like, I think the only thing you can do is try to deny him the ball, but good luck with that.
And, you know, he was like, I didn't mean to leave 2 seconds on the clock. I'm going back to the sideline like, damn.
Larry Bird just phenomenal the way that he will contribute in the clutch time.
Larry was complaining to the refs, and I was complaining to the refs, and the next time down the court, he got in my face.
I was up 38-6. That's how I summarize it.
The 84 Olympic team was playing an exhibition game against a bunch of pros, including Larry Bird, and they were in the warm-ups. And a ball bounced down from the college end of the court to the pro end. And Michael Jordan went down to chase it. The ball happened to be picked up by Larry Bird. And Michael went up a few feet away from Larry Bird and held out his hands. And Bird took the ball and fired it back down the court over Jordan's head, as if to say, you're not only not getting this ball, I don't give a damn who you are. Larry Bird knows exactly who this guy is and what's going to happen in the next few years. And he wants to get every edge he can get right now.
So I'm not playing tonight. He walks down to me. Man, I'm sorry you're not playing. But he said, I'm going to tell you what. Since you're here, I'm going to put a show on for you. So you just sit back and watch, okay? And I'm like, man, get out of my face, man. I want to hear that. You know, that's Celtics and the Lakers. Every time he hit one, he look at me.
You can only imagine.
In Washington one night, and Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot, but KC called timeout.
It won't count. It does not count. Boston had called a timeout.
Larry came back to the bench, and he was a little upset.
He looks at the bench and says, hey guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot, and I'm going to kick it in.
You know about that? Like, that I've seen that happen in a lot of games. And obviously the superstar that has the ball and they say they make it, but they call a timeout. They usually get flustered afterwards and they like lose their cool and they start going off on their coach and start going, why did you call a timeout? Like, that happens, you know? Coach has got to do his job, and if he has timeouts and he sees something, mistakes happen. But if he was to miss, you'd be like, oh, thank goodness he called a timeout. But usually players get checked out and they miss the shot and they blame it on the coach or they get mad and start yelling. Nah, instead, this guy's going to come back. All right, tell the opponent, I'm going to hit it right here. Make the game-winning shot. And, like, if that timeout never happened. And the calmness on this man, the confidence that he has in himself is just incredible. Only a few selective athletes that you can say that. And Larry Bird is one of them.
He told Washington, I'm going to get the ball.
2 seconds left. The Bullets by 1. Aims to Bird. He gets a good shot in the Celtics winner. Boy, this is something else.
One-footed three-pointer. Off 1 foot.
Bird wins it at the buzzer.
Alright guys, well that concludes that video of Larry Bird. If you like the content, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I will be reacting to more Larry Bird videos down the line. Love the way he plays. He's not even in the league, and he's becoming one of my favorite players. Just love the way he plays, the way he trash talks players, and the way he backs it up. It just, unfortunately for me, I'm too young. Didn't get the opportunity to watch him ever play. But those that did, so jealous, and glad you guys were able to watch him in his prime. See you guys in another video.